Big news for Guthrie High School, as they now are part of eSports. The OSSAA brought this a year ago. So last year was an exhibition. This year, like football, like softball, like speech, like basketball, like wrestling, they will have a state championship in eSports this year. And Guthrie's on board. I think Deer Creek is coming on board. Yeah. And it was the Guthrie School Board on Monday night did that. It's going to a coach is going to get paid. They're going to have coach. They're going to have uniforms, gaming consoles, computers, all that good stuff, and they'll have a state championship. UCO. There's right now 15 colleges that offer scholarships for eSports. Ronnie, first question.
What kind of coach are you looking for as an eSports? I mean,
now be careful.
What goes on the resume?
Guthrie has a coach recently named.
Not
eSports? Oh, okay, but it's coming.
Recommended.
Yes. Recommended.
So, I mean, what do you put on your resume when you put in for that application? You put like back in...
I could be somebody that really understands technology and would be great with kids.
So, back in 2001, when I won the NCAA 01 football tournament out of the neighborhood and all my friends, that doesn't count. We couldn't put that on there.
Was it eSports?
Well, yeah, it was NCAA.
Well,
NCAA 01.
Put it on there.
It's a stud.
Well, go ahead. You applying for the job?
Well... Maybe.
Okay.
It pays.
I just want to know what qualifies. I mean, what qualifies as a head coach?
Nathan Evans says Caleb Gibson for new eSports head coach.
There you go. He had a great resume. I saw his resume. He posted it on there the other day. Really good.
Well,
all lies, but it was good.
I think everybody. We talked about this months ago, Chris. You asked me if I liked it or if I didn't, what I thought about it, and I think it's good. And the reason I base everything on the fact that it's good, on the fact that there's scholarships that kids can receive. You know, and that's amazing. You know, is it something I would have done? No. But I think anything that gives kids opportunities to go compete and to earn scholarships and to do something they love that's healthy and productive and good, why not?
See, so eSports is, or whatever you call it, so Nintendo games, Xbox, PlayStation, all these games that are out there, they are so popular now. The question is now, are they going to lose athletes to eSports? I mean,
You could.
No, it's a club sport.
Okay.
It's a club deal, so a kid can practice something after school. They will, at Guthrie, I don't know about other schools, at Guthrie, they will practice after school. So this won't be a 7th hour or 6th hour. This is after school, so a kid can go
in the evening or whatever.
And then at a football practice, it might be
it practices at 5, so they're gonna have club at 6.
Yeah, they could do that.
Gotcha.
Scott Posey said, I come from Colorado where this is about 10 years old. He said he was against it when it first started, but he said I was wrong. The kids loved it.
Oh, I think it's awesome.
So I think it's good. I think it's really good, actually.
And I'm not going to name names on here, but there was a pretty good topic of comments on Guthrie News page when this came out on Monday night. One person says public schools are going to spend money that they always complain about being short on for a coach and necessarily high-end computers and game consoles, and who supports repairs these equipment, which I think would be the technology department.
Yeah.
If a teacher's computer goes down in the west wing of Fogarty, then the technology person.
So somebody was complaining about the added cost?
Yes.
I think public schools education is to prepare kids to go out and be productive citizens. Part of that is to be able to further their education. Some of these kids, it's maybe the only way they can afford to go to college.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth the investment as a taxpayer.
I got my kids practicing already right now.
I think it's
They're
worth
gonna be state champs.
I think it's worth it. I mean, I don't. And guys, let's be honest. School sports, the stuff that we all love so much, they're dying. Now, people don't have to admit it, but they're not what they once were.
Yeah.
I mean, with AAU basketball and all the travel ball and baseball and softball and just all the different stuff going on, they're not as important in communities as they once were.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a fact.
That's true.
Thought on this, I thought we were, and this is, again, a comment on I thought we were trying to lessen screen time for kids, not give them more screen time, or am I missing something here? It becomes more and more okay for 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds to have their own iPhones and iPads. I don't believe in it, and I don't believe in it way too much screen time. I don't understand it. The last couple of years, yeah, they've had to Zoom for classes, and it's become new norm. I don't agree with it. 3 years ago, we were all against more screen time. Now it's okay. I'm just not understanding where things are going. Call me old-fashioned. Kids should be out fishing at the local lake or pond or bike riding or out hiking somewhere and camping somewhere. Get out, enjoy nature, enjoy life, being outside. It's here, a PS4 and 100 games. Enjoy your summer. Yeah, I'm not understanding things, but that's just me.
We're talking high school kids. We're not talking
elementary school kids.
Yeah, we're not talking
high
about
school kids.
Yeah.
But also, I would say this.
What happens if they had games in 1972?
Well, I can tell you right now what I was getting ready to say is in 1982, a little thing came out called Pong.
Yeah.
And it was basically 2 lines in this little thing that bounced back and forth. And I played that for hours. Hours. Right? Or we'd go to the arcade on Saturday and play pinball machines or play, Pac-Man, right? Or stuff like that. They're all versions of what the kids are playing now. I think you can do both. To me, I think people look at technology and they talk about how evil it is, and I don't think it's any different than anything else. Something's only evil if a human being makes it evil. And so to me, technology is part of business. It's part of life. You need to know technology. You need to understand technology. It's more important than it's ever been before.
It's just another parent's decision to make. If they want their kid to be on it, that's fine.
I thought Tammy Wheeler had a great response. I think this is amazing. As a former eSports coach, I watched what it can do for these kids. They worked hard and made it to the state championship. Some of them have been given scholarships to attend college. It's not just about playing video games. It teaches them teamwork, and they have to focus and practice the same thing that other sports teaches. And that's another thing. If you want to play in this, not everyone's an athlete, but if you want to play esports, you got to maintain your grades. If you fall below your grades, you're not going to be able to play that.
Eligible.
So maybe if that changes one kid, maybe that money's worth that.
And Scott's got another great comment. Said the Air Force is openly recruiting these kids. You think about it. First of all, there's a huge pilot shortage in the United States military.
Oh, really?
Massive pilot shortage. Wow. But there's also becoming less and less need because what are we doing now? With technology, we're blowing stuff up and dropping bombs with unmanned aircraft where somebody's in a control room thousands of miles away. So times change. There was a time when horse and buggy was how we all got around. There was, obviously. So times change.
It's not just playing games either.
No, it's everything.
It's the one comment was there's strategy involved in all these games, and the kids have to think. They just can't go out there, pushing buttons and think they're going to win and be competitive. Being competitive is a good thing about the thing.
You got a few questions from our folks out there. T. Fred wants to know, what are the odds of Phil going to call it an eSports state championship?
I could do it.
Those state championships, eSports state championships, by the way, are broadcast, so they are broadcast.
Yeah.
Because I've been on some talks with the NFHS network, and they, I think it's Play VS. I think is where they broadcast those at. But that's T. Fred, Ryan Cotting. Good to see you, Ryan Cotting. RC Cola. Will Phil and Chris show be broadcasting eSports state championships?
We can only hope so.
I'm a gamer myself, so I think I should be on that broadcast.
Absolutely.
I got good insight.
No, I agree. I've never played games.
No.
It's just not my thing. I've tried.
Me and my favorite, we play all the time.
I've tried some, Oh, yeah, I know. You're your favorite.
And Janice.
This is a good one. Yeah.
Janice, it's the games they play, killing, shooting, nothing wrong with video. And Janice, I know you're probably talking separate, but I'm talking to other people that
those are not allowed in school.
Those are not going to be allowed in school. Yeah, that
right.
one, and that was brought up at the school board meeting.
And I don't disagree with their comment. I think you got to be very careful.
Yeah.
What kind of, again, that's a parental.
That's a parental thing.
If that's being allowed, it's because parents aren't paying attention or they've made a decision.
Way back in the day in the 80s and stuff, it was the music, right? It was that God music, that terrible music, that devil music that they're listening to. Yeah, it was terrible music, and that's where people got mad at. So it's different. Yeah. So it's
play the music, play the album backwards.
Yep. Yeah. Beach Boys.
You know how many records I ruined? Did you hear it? I didn't hear it. Did you hear it?